Hey, welcome to all the replay viewers. I am trying something new. I've flipped the screen around, so I'll be checking on my laptop and I'll be trailing over here. So I'm just going to check the laptop and make sure it's working okay and that you guys can actually see me. And there we go. Cool. So I'm getting really techie today. I've got multiple devices. And I just want to make sure that it's all working okay, and let me know if you can hear me and see me okay. I will probably do the training today and then I'll go and check the comments afterwards, because I just want to get through the training, and today is all about how to plan your year and how I've gone about doing that. I've been in a number of group coaching programs. I've been coached one-on-one. I've learned from quite a few mentors, and this is something that comes up quite a lot, is that you really need to plan out your entire year. And this is a method that Brendon Burchard teaches. So he is one of the top coaches in the world. And also, I recently watched a training by Megan Huber, who ran the Academy online for Gina DeVee. So some of you may know that last year I did the Academy online version. It was a year-long coaching program with modules every month. And so Megan ran that for 4 years. And she recently did a training on this, and it was what really got me going. And I thought I'd share it with you guys and let you know it's really basic. I'm going to just cover what you need and then how to actually go about starting to do it. So if you are live, I can see that there are some people rolling in. You can always watch the replay as well, post your comments. So if you hit the like button or the heart button, then Facebook will actually show the video to more people. So if you can comment and engage and like, etc. as I'm talking, then Facebook will show it to more people in the group. So I really appreciate that. Thanks for the like. I can see people liking. So I've got the laptop there, I've got the iPhone there. I've had to switch the iPhone around so that it's not all backwards. I don't know if you've done Facebook Live and noticed that everything's actually backwards when you do it in selfie mode. So what do you need? Okay, so we're going to keep it really basic, right? So nothing fancy and no digital stuff, okay? So just go and get a big sheet of blank paper, right? So cardboard paper. Something that's quite hardy. You can go and get it from WH Smith or from CNA if you're in South Africa. So just really basic, okay? I just literally cut it. Nothing fancy. And then I like to bring in colors. So as you know, rainbows are my thing at the moment. So I've just got a permanent marker, really basic, okay? And then I've got 4 different colors. I love me some colors, and so it keeps it interesting, and we're all quite creative in here. So you can use stickers, colors, however you want to do it. Make it interesting, make it fun. Give yourself a good hour or 2 to actually do this. It took me probably just over an hour to do it, because you're really going to think about what you're going to be planning for the year, okay? So the first step is to do a little bit of a brainstorm. So on this piece of paper, I've just written at the top here, which is the 12-month plan brainstorming part of it, okay? So the first thing to do, this is what Brendon Burchard teaches, is to, and what Megan Huber was teaching in her group the other day, was start with your time off and your holidays. So a lot of us in this group are moms, so we know when the school holidays are. And to be honest with you, I actually didn't know when the school holidays were until I sat down and did this. I'm not like that very mumsy, put me on the school board, let me bake the cupcakes kind of mom. I'm just not like that. I'm quite focused on my business. I love having afternoons off. I like to take my daughter to go feed the animals or go down to the beach, but I'm not like super involved with the school stuff. So for me, it was actually really good to go, okay, well, when are the school holidays? And let's actually map them out, because let's face it, it's very, very difficult to promote anything, be in any kind of launch, or really be in like massive action taking mode when the kids are at home. If your kids are older, you have it a little bit easier, but for those of us whose kids are young, Sahara's only 3.5, so you know, we have to work around those school holidays. And if you've got any big life events coming up, if you are having a baby, if you're getting married, if you're going to families' weddings, you need to plot those in. So this section of it is just the brainstorming section. So at the top, it's a 12-month plan brainstorm. So the first thing we're going to start off with is the time off and holidays. So you know when the school holidays are, so we're going to write those down, look them up on Google and find out when the school holidays are. It's going to be different for all of you because we have a very global community in this group. We've got people from the US, from the Caribbean, from the UK, all over Europe and South Africa. So we're quite global in here. So you guys, we're all going to have different holidays. So South Africa, our big holiday, our summer holiday is actually over December. And the kids are off from the 8th of December through till the 10th of January. So it's a long holiday. That's our big long holiday. So I know that's a write-off. There's pretty much not a lot going on. South Africa shuts down over Christmas, like 3 weeks. People don't do any work here. It's not like the UK where people tend to work through. So it's quite different. Okay, so then the second thing I want you to brainstorm on is, what is your main offer? Okay, I do this work with all of my clients, and I've done this in the Fierce Focus sessions. What is your main offer? Having lots of offers is really confusing. It's really difficult to sell lots of things. So like my signature offer is my 4-month coaching program. Okay, so that is what I've been focusing on in January. I do have more than one business. So I've got a social media marketing business and I've got my coaching business. In my social media business, we have one signature package where we do the blogging and social media for people, right? So I did a push. I knew that that's what I wanted to do in the beginning of January, was sign up new clients to that. So that is now, we're pretty much there with that. And then for me, my focus as a coach was to sell people into my one-on-one coaching program. So right now I only have 2 spaces left to work with me one-on-one. So it's a 4-month coaching program. That's my signature offer. Okay, so what is your signature offer? Are you working one-on-one with people? Are you creating brands and websites? Make one package and go and sell that package. I would recommend, like I get all my clients in South Africa, to charge in US dollars, make a package, make a really nice sales page, and then go and promote that to people, okay? Have real conversations, message them, email them, get on the phone, get on Skype, and you can go and get your 5 clients that you need to get going. If you're in that phase where you really need to bring in money, then the best way to do that is to reach out to your warm audience, okay? So it's not to go and have to create funnels and create lead magnets and free offers and all of that complicated stuff. All of that stuff, all that does is actually bring leads to you so that you can get on Skype and speak to them and sell to them. If you can't get on Skype and speak to people and sell to people who know you, who've been following you, who are friends with you on Facebook, who are old work colleagues who need the service that you offer now, you're not going to be able to do it to a colder audience from this whole, you know, creating a lead magnet or a free offer and building an email list. So sometimes we can get bogged down with all the technicalities and all these things we can do online, when actually the best thing to do right now would just be to reach out to, you know, 5 to 10 people every single day and get on the phone with them, pitch to them, obviously people that you feel you can really help, and have, you know, speak to them on Skype, see who you can help, respond to those people who are always commenting on your Instagram posts, things like that. So really going back to basics. So that's what we've been talking about this year so far, is going back to basics, okay? But going back to this brainstorming. So what is the one offer? What is the main thing that you are selling? So if you're a photographer, it may be your main portrait package, or it could be your wedding photography package. So what is that main thing that you're selling and that you're going to want to be promoting? A lot of people will have a secondary package that they're going to sell. So it could be, if you're a photographer, you may sell wedding photography, but you may also sell workshops to photographers. So those are your two income streams, and those are the two offers that you would be making. As a wedding planner, you may also be in that where you're either teaching, or you're teaching brides, or just think about what your second income stream might be. So you're going to have two offers. So my two offers are my one-on-one coaching and then my group coaching programs. So as you know, I've created an online course, Brand Your Instagram, you may or may not know, and then I launched a group coaching program at the end of last year. So that was my secondary form of income. So when you get full with one-on-one clients, no matter what you do, you have to have a way to scale and a way to be able to serve more people at one time, and usually it's got to do with the access to you. So the higher price point is usually a very bespoke one-on-one service that takes up a lot of your time, and then you can create something that's more like a bulk service, or where you serve more people and then it becomes more affordable. So I've written down my signature programs, my one-on-one coaching, and then my group coaching. So I actually want to launch a group coaching program and course with videos. I'm going to take it up a level. I'm not just going to do audio this time. I'm actually going to create videos. My husband's a videographer, so we're going to create some really beautifully produced videos and create a proper online course, and have the live element and have the worksheets and really take it up a notch. So that's my kind of planning, what I'm going to be doing. So then I write down, I'm brainstorming which months am I going to be promoting those things in. So I am going to be, promoting my one-on-one coaching at certain times of the year, and then when you get full, you can't take on any more clients anyway, and you can only then promote it once those clients drop off or finish their program with you, and then you can promote that again. So obviously for different businesses, we all are very varied in this group. So just, put your thinking cap on. You're a businesswoman too, so it's really got to come from within. So you need to use this method, but for whatever it is you're offering. So you need to have some kind of a higher end signature offer that's going to bring in more money more quickly, whether it's a portrait package, whether it's your main wedding package, whether it's your main one-on-one coaching, or your web design or branding package. And then you can have something that's more of like a group setting, group workshop, lower end investment or lower investment. And then you can start, like when you get really more advanced, you can start bringing in multiple streams of income and creating smaller products. But it actually takes the same amount of effort to sell a $97 product than it does to sell a $1,000 product or a $4,000 product. The action that you take is the same. You've still got to market, you've got to email your list, you've got to do Facebook Lives, you've got to do webinars, whatever it may be. You don't have to do all of those, or you've got to reach out one-on-one and tell people about it. Now, wouldn't it be better to make a sale of $1,000 rather than $100? So this is what you really got to think about. Where are you in your business? Are you at that scaling point, or are you thinking about scaling and you're jumping the gun? So just ask yourself that question. Okay, so we've got the time off and holidays, because that's why we do what we do, is we want to have freedom and we want to enjoy ourselves. So let's put in the time and holidays first. Then what's the main offer and the secondary offer? And then I want you to start brainstorming on what value can you give to people. So I don't want you to think about exactly what's going to go into this. This is, for instance, like free offers, a free video series, a free training like this, you know, a webinar, whatever it may be, that's where you can start to grow your email list. So thinking further ahead in the year. So first of all, bring in your one-on-one clients, get some money into your business, and then start thinking about scaling. And because this is a 12-month plan, then we're going to start brainstorming, when would we do this? So for me, last year I did quite a few 5-day challenges. I really enjoyed those. I actually did them on Periscope, which was big at the time before Facebook Live even came along. So I did 5-day challenges. I did one on branding, one on marketing, one on mindset. All of those things grew my email list. You don't need to know what's going into it. So just know when you're doing it, not what you're doing, not the topic. Okay, so all you're writing now is, when do I need to start building my list? When do I need to start getting more new people to know about me? And the way you can do that is to give away some kind of really good value, really good trainings to people. So whether that be videos or, you know, for me, I don't love PDFs because I just don't read them. I like audios, I like videos, I like live trainings. I really enjoy doing a 5-day challenge. You don't have to call it a challenge, it could be a 5-day training. Like if you're a health coach, this works really well for you guys. You know, you can do a 5-day challenge. That probably would work better with health coaching. Where, you know, you're helping people to switch, you know, maybe go gluten-free or whatever it may be, get more energy, that kind of thing. So always focus on the results. But we're not talking about right now what's the meat of these free trainings. If it's, you know, you can also do this for brides. I've done it to build a list of, you know, engaged couples, that kind of thing. You can promote these via Facebook ads or organically. So again, right now, all we're going to do is say, okay, well, what do you think what do I feel called to do? Do I want to do free audio? Do I want to do a 5-day challenge? Do I want to do it in my group, or do I want to do it on my Facebook page? Just what's the format going to be, and then when are you going to do it in the months? Don't worry about what's going to be in it. Don't worry about the content right now. Right now we're just mapping the year out, and don't get too overwhelmed or too stressed about what the content is going to be. So I've said, okay, I like doing, you can do whatever you like. I like doing 5-day challenges. So I've put in the 5-day challenges with a preview call. So a 5-day challenge with a webinar, or 5-day challenge with a preview call, something like that. I'll probably host them in my Facebook group because it's a really great platform. I feel like Periscope's just not getting that much engagement. And then I've put the months where I'm going to be doing it. So you can put the months in this other column. So this column on the right is going to be for the months when you're going to do it. Okay, so the brainstorm is here of like, okay, what's the free stuff I'm going to do? How am I going to grow my list? How am I going to get more people to know about what I do? The way to do that is to give away a really good, valuable training on the topic that's related to what you want to sell. Okay, so make sure that whatever you give is got to do with what you're selling. So then it leads people into obviously what you want to sell at the end of the day, and also make the trainings good enough that even if they don't work with you, they get enough value, they can go take action, and then maybe down the line they'll work with you. Maybe they'll recommend you to other people. It's not about always thinking like, okay, how many sales am I going to get out of this? It's really about giving as much value as you possibly can, so that people recommend you, so that they'll work with you when they are ready, and then the people who need you right now will book a Skype call, chat to you, and then book you right then because they need your help. Okay? Right, so another way to make money is thinking about what you can be an affiliate for. So an affiliate, or some kind of like a joint venture, is basically when, say somebody has an online course that you've taken and you really enjoyed it, and you want to promote it to your audience now. So I know there's somebody that I've been following for a while. I actually did her Instagram course quite a while ago, Jenny Giblin. She's based in Hawaii. She's got a beautiful brand on Instagram. She's a trained therapist. very motivational and inspirational. And she just has her she's got like a life coaching thing that she does, and she's got an Instagram course, which I did, and she got really, really sick. She actually went to Costa Rica and got sick anyway. But what she does is she actively promotes other people's programs. So when it's a really good fit for your audience, if you've got an email list or you've got a social media following, you can promote other people's courses that you've taken, people that you really, really like, and promote that in a genuine way to your list. And oftentimes those people will actually pay you around 40 to 50% of the price of the course. So if the course is like $1,000 or $2,000, you would get $1,000 for every person that signed up. So as long as it's in integrity, as long as you're not bombarding your list, as long as it's a product that you would actually really use yourself, if it's a training course that you've taken and you've implemented and you've seen results, and you can share that with people. There's actually some really good trainings that I've taken. So I'm kind of brainstorming now, what courses did I take in the last year or two that are being relaunched again this year that I could actually become an affiliate for. So who would I recommend courses anyway, and half the time I forget about the fact that I have an affiliate link. Most of the time when you've taken an online course, you already have an affiliate link. So, maybe there's a course and you haven't realized, and if you go into the info or you just email the person, you say, I really enjoyed your course, is there an affiliate link? Then they'll say, yes, sure, and then you can use that link to promote it, and then you get 40 or 50% of that. So you don't have to go create a load of courses to even make the money. So that's just something to think about. Again, I really believe in integrity there. Don't go promoting a whole lot of stuff that you've never done and that you don't really like, but I don't think you guys would do that anyway. So I've brainstormed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's about 5 different ones that I have taken over the last year or two that I would promote, or I would recommend to my friends, and I would recommend to you guys. So I'm considering adding that. I've not really done too many affiliate promotions to my list yet, or to my, my social media following, but it's certainly something that I would do, but I'd be very, very picky about who I promote. So I think you should do the same. And then the other one is special promotions. So what are the Hallmark holidays? This is really good for photographers, and then also for coaches as well, so depending what you do. Hallmark holidays, Valentine's, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Christmas. If you plot that out, so first of all, this is brainstorming, so we're just going to write them down. It could be things like Black Friday sale, it could be Thanksgiving, a New Year's special, Boxing Day in the UK, that's the big Boxing Day sales. In the US, it's Black Friday, now everyone's jumped on that bandwagon. So just think about, when are you going to promote? So if you're a photographer, Valentine's. If you're a wedding planner, Valentine's. So you can run some promotions and some marketing and copy and images around the Hallmark holidays, but you need to plan it ahead. So you need to start thinking 2 weeks before what you're actually going to be talking about, and then you'll know what to put on social media ahead of time. The other one is, I know that a lot of you guys are really international. A lot of you photographers and wedding planners and even coaches are traveling. So when you're traveling somewhere, we are more than likely going to be in Bali in September. It's our 10-year wedding anniversary. So we're looking at going to Bali in September, October. We're not 100% sure on the dates yet. But obviously then I know I'm going to be there. We're already possibly going to be doing, Craig is possibly going to be put forward for some weddings out there. So we'll see. Nothing set in stone yet. But just put it out there that you're going, and promote ahead of time that you're going to be in these locations, and you could book shoots, or you could book one-day intensives or a retreat or something ahead of time when you know that you're going to be traveling somewhere. So having it plotted out, and then having a social media strategy or marketing strategy to let people know where you're going to be. And again, writing down those Hallmark holidays, writing down, like the Black Friday sales and that kind of thing. Like, when are those promotions going to be? Then, once you've finished doing the kind of brainstorming session, so you've put in the holidays and time off, you know what those two things that you're going to be promoting, your bigger package and the secondary one, you are thinking about when you're going to promote free stuff to your list, to grow your list. So grow the amount of people who've opted in, who've given you their name and email address, who are now part of your tribe. When are you going to be doing some promotions through the year? Maybe you're going to do 3 or 4 big trainings through the year, and then you're going to get an influx of people who find out about you and know what you do. And what months are those going to be in? Then what could you be an affiliate for? So what else could you promote? Whose courses have you taken that you can do? And then the special promotions, the Hallmark holidays, that kind of thing. So you've brainstormed, okay? Then you're going to create a big calendar. All right, so really, really simple. I've just got January, February, March, April, May, June, July, all the way down. And then also write out the weeks. Something else, just maybe check how many weeks are in each month, because I've just done 1, 2, 3, 4, but actually some months have got 5 weeks, so I probably just need to add another line on there. I don't want you to get too fancy with this and worry about how perfect it is, because this is far from perfect. Your brain actually works better when you hand write things out. That's like a scientifically proven thing. So the way that your brain processes is better than sitting at your computer and trying to do this digitally. I actually really want you guys to do this by hand. And so I just used permanent marker, and I just wrote out the months, okay? So do that. And then you take that brainstorming that you did before, and then now you can start to actually plot it on the calendar. So if you know what you were promoting, say at the beginning of the year, let me just put it down there. Oh, okay, now I'll keep holding it. It's a little bit awkward. Okay, so you know that like you're going to go through a season of promoting one thing. So you're going to go through a season of promoting your one-on-one. Then, like with me, I want to launch a group program in March. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on in March, a group program. And then I know, like I've got colors. So green is when I'm launching something, I'm actively promoting something. So you know as well, like when you're going to be promoting something, say the portrait sessions for Valentine's or Mother's Day or Father's Day or whatever it may be if you're a portrait photographer. If you are a wedding photographer, you know when wedding season is, you know when those bookings are probably going to start fading off. So like this is go mode right now for you guys, really, really ramping up the marketing on that, connecting with people, going and meeting with venues, getting on the phone, getting in person, go on Skype. Like Skype's great because then you're not traveling there and back. So let's really, really map out what you need to do, like what are you promoting, and then you might need to think, like with wedding season in the UK, I used to do weddings in wedding season, and then I would switch to retouching in the off season. So then I would know, right, I've got to reach out to Mario Testino, The Body Shop, Spring Studios, all those places that I used to go and freelance. I need to get myself booked in there for like 4 or 5 weeks, so I know that I've got some money coming in over that off season. So that was quite handy, having 2 totally different streams of income. I had the wedding photography and then I had retouching, so they were 2 unrelated industries. So I always knew I had money coming in from weddings over summer and then retouching over winter. So whatever it may be for you, start to think about that, especially if your work is very seasonal. With coaching, obviously it's not that seasonal, but when, for instance, over December, when everything shuts down, that's not going to be a good time for me to be promoting my coaching, for instance. And so then I started off, like we said, with the brainstorming, is plotting in the holidays, and I made all the holidays in pink. So the holidays are in pink, And then I've got you know, certain events that are happening locally, like we've got the J-Bay Open where all the foreign surfers come from all over the world. So the whole of J-Bay becomes like this festive town and people come from everywhere all over the world. Kelly Slater, all those kind of top surfers. So I know I'm not going to be wanting to promote something then because I want to enjoy being here. And it's going to be busy, there's going to be a buzz, Craig's going to be taking photos, so it's going to be, and it's school holidays. So I've put in where the school holidays are, and then any kind of towns that we're traveling are actually in orange. So I've got like, we're going down to Knysna, I've got some weddings put in, I've got the J-Bay Open. So as and when bookings and that come in, I can also put them in some more there. Yeah, so I've got pink is the holidays, which I put in first. Then I've put the launch mode like in green, so it's all colored, so I can see, okay, well, when am I going to launch a group? When am I going to launch my one-on-one coaching? So for you, it might be I'm going to launch a portrait package or something like that, or a branding package, and then you could switch to, well, now I'm going to launch like one-on-one coaching with people, or it could be an in-person workshop. So a lot of photographers and wedding planners, after you've been in business for a few years, you can start to promote you know, workshops and do an in-person workshop. Are you going to do it in person? Are you going to do it virtually? Are you going to do a webinar? Start to plot it out on the calendar and just do it really, really, really basically. It doesn't have to be too complicated. So now I know, excuse me, I'm just going to have some water. Janet says that it's buffering. Yeah, just watch the replay if it's buffering. Sorry about that. If it's buffering, just watch the replay. It could be my internet connection. Okay, so then in yellow, I've got when I'm going to be doing free promotions. So I'm going to be doing a 5-day challenge, probably in February. I'm going to be doing a 5-day challenge in August. We're going to be doing another 5-day challenge in November. I'll see how I go. I might do another one. Last year, I think I did 3 or 4 5-day challenges. Those are big promotions where I'm doing a 5-day training, and you know, lots of people are going to find out about me through that. So they'll share that with their friends, they'll come in, they'll learn something. So think about what you can do as maybe a 5-day challenge, or maybe a 4-part video series, or whatever it is that's going to build your list. Then you can take those 5-day challenges, the videos, and you can turn them into an evergreen list building model. So you can do a 5-day challenge, save the videos to your phone, upload them to YouTube, create an ongoing evergreen funnel that funnels people from your Facebook ads and into your 5-day challenge automatically, where you're not having to do it live. So remember, when you do any live trainings, to record them, and you can use them later, and then you can have those you know, funnel set up, or that's this automated marketing that you always hear about, like automated marketing. It's not making money in your sleep, it's not easy, it's not any of that, but it certainly can automate the marketing process, get more people to know about what you do. And it can be beneficial when you want to then scale your business down the line. But don't get bogged down with that if you're not ready for it yet. Okay, so I've got when I'm launching, I've got when I'm doing my free challenges. So usually you would do you know, like free trainings and free challenges before you're going to launch something. So it's not nice to like pop up in social media and go, hey, I'm selling this, do you want to buy it? You know, like those people who do like some of those, what are they called, like MLM, where they friend you on Facebook and then 2 minutes later you get a message saying, do you want to buy my product? And you don't even know them. So remember that it's all about people getting to know you, and those like free trainings that you can give, whether it be a Facebook Live, like if you're a photographer, then like Jocelyn, I can see that you're on here. Hi Michelle, you're also here. Okay, cool. Janet, I think it's just your internet connection, unfortunately. So yeah, it's really thinking about planning out, like how long is it going to take you to give free content and enough free content before you're going to sell something, because people want to get to know you. So Jocelyn does corporate, or not corporate, but you do what do you call it, like you know, properties, travel, lifestyle, that kind of thing, but for like the travel industry, so hotels, properties and things like that. So the free content that you create, Jocelyn, is going to have to be to do with what you're selling. So you would do free content on what are the benefits of having beautiful photography for your social media, so that you stand out, so that you can get more people into your hotel. And you do a 5-day training about that, and then you offer your services of the photography at the end of that. And then if you are more of a portrait photographer or wedding photographer, you can really start to think about how you're going to document things, and like document what you're doing, show behind the scenes, that kind of thing. But make a plan to actually do that live as well when you're doing shoots, when you're at a wedding. Have somebody assist you and just start documenting, because you're your brand. Remember that the brand is you and it comes from within. So I'll talk a little bit more about that as well. So yeah, so now we've got the kind of the big plan of the whole year, and you've plotted it out. Okay, you know when you're promoting, you know when you're on holiday, you know when you're doing a free giveaway, etc. Okay. Then the second thing that you need to do, and this is from Megan, she's really, really good. She ran the academy for Gina DeVee, the Divine Living Academy, which I was part of for a year. I didn't do the live version, I did the online version. And so she was saying, once you've plotted the calendar, then you know, and like I said, you're not trying to come up with the ideas of what's my group coaching program going to be, or what's my photography workshop going to be on, what's the topic, what's my, you know, online workshop for brides going to be. It's not about that. It's about when you are doing what, first of all. So don't think about what the content is, just plot in when you are going to do this stuff. And then you can break it down now to a 90-day focus. So it's really good to focus on things 90 days at a time, so 3 months at a time, because our kind of brains get really overwhelmed if you're like, well, what am I going to be doing in October? You know, we just can't function. Now that we've plotted out, well, okay, I know that I'm going to Bali in September, October. I want to launch a group course at the beginning of September. I want to launch a group course mid-March. I'm going to promote my one-day coaching, my one-on-one coaching in January and February. You know, like, you know what you're doing. So then you just have to stop worrying about what's you're going to be doing in 6 months' time and focus on the next 90 days only. So Gina DeVee talks about this quite a lot in the academy as well, and it's really the 90-day focus. So what are you focusing on? I think Brendan Burchard, the same thing. So he does that high performance coaching. Not sure if you've heard of him. So you're going to write out February, March, and April, and then you're going to do, like, put in the exact amount of weeks there are. So week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and then there's 5 weeks in March, and then there's 4 weeks in April. And so now you're going to break it down. You're going to look at that big calendar, and you're going to know, right, I'm going to be promoting something mid-March. I'm going to be starting something mid-March. Let's say it's a group workshop. And so now we work backwards. How long is it going to take to promote people coming into that workshop? Is it going to take 2 or 3 weeks? When do you need to start putting out content about it? You can put out some organic content, you can put some stuff out on Instagram, like start to actually plot out what do you need to do. If you need to create some kind of free training, then you're going to need to create an opt-in page, a thank you page, a Facebook ad, a sales page, and, you know, the videos, what is going to be in the training. And then, you know, the next week execute. So if you are going to go down this route of automation, but getting people to opt into your list and building your list through some kind of freebie, you're going to need to have these certain things in place. The opt-in page, the thank you page, the Facebook ad, your tracking pixel with your Facebook ad so you can track everything, your MailChimp list or your Aweber, whatever you use, constant contact, all of your, so you need to plot this out now, start getting a little bit more specific about it, your autoresponders, that kind of thing. If you're going down that route, if you're not ready for that, then do not overwhelm yourself with it and just reach out to 5 people every day and tell them about what you're doing. Build your own community like this, your Facebook group, your Instagram, do Instagram lives, do Periscopes. Just use the organic stuff first and reach out to people one-on-one and invite them into your group program, or invite them into your one-on-one coaching program, or invite them to your workshop, your in-person workshop. Reach out personally to people who you think might want to come. Just go back to that basic stuff. If this other techie stuff is overwhelming you and it's taking hours and hours and hours, stop trying to do it by yourself and hire a virtual assistant. You know, you can go onto places like Upwork, you can find virtual assistants who know how to do lead pages and link your MailChimp and all that. I would rather you spend your time and your energy on the 5-day challenge, making the videos and actually putting yourself out there and still creating some organic content, because people don't, you know, you've got to have an organic presence. People generally go and read your blog, like when last did you blog? Are there blogs going up? Like I'm looking at that myself now. Is that because we've promoted, we've had you know, other clients where we do all of their social media for them, we haven't been able to do as much as I'd like on my own businesses. So this is a focus that I'm changing from this year, and now, like with my team, we're going to be looking at more blog posts and more organic content, because people want to get to know you. And then, you know, when they're following you and you're giving great value in your blog posts and in your Instagram posts and videos like this, for example, when you do a 5-day challenge, they're going to be up for it. They're going to share it with their friends, etc. So then you'd have, like, when you're going to do 5-day challenge, and maybe whatever it may be. Let me have a look here. Okay, so if you're going to create a course, and you actually got to, you know, create some of the content for the course, you may want to do a webinar and then launch. Okay, so not everyone's going to have to do all of this stuff, and I don't want you to be overwhelmed. If you need to keep it basic, then just write out a plan of, right, I need 5 or 10 new clients by the end of March. How am I going to get 10 clients or 5 clients? Who can I reach out to? 5 people a day, 5 or 10 people if you can, personally, people I know, personal recommendations. A very good tip I like to do is you write out all these people, do the research first, go onto LinkedIn and see where they work now. One of my clients, he's a videographer in London. He does brand videos, and we did this exercise, and he came from working in ad agencies, so he had some connections of people that he worked with. And one of the guys, you know, he wrote down the people, went onto LinkedIn. The guy was working at Estee Lauder. He contacted him, and he got booked to shoot a branding promotional video for a flagship store for Estee Lauder, a new flagship store that had opened in London, because his friend worked there now. Okay, so it can be that simple, and don't overcomplicate things. But of course you can scale, you can learn new things. I'm not saying that don't do any of these more say complicated strategies. They do work, but as long as you're confident in yourself to sell already as you are. Like I said in the beginning, if you can't sell one-on-one and tell people what you do, it's going to be very difficult to sell through an email funnel or through, you know, automated marketing. You've got to be able to get on Skype or get on the phone or speak to people one-on-one and let them know what you do and what you offer, and what results you can get for people. And then, yeah, get them in there. You know, if you can do that, then you're ready. So once you've sold those, then you're ready to start automating. Okay, so go practice that first. yeah, so now, so you, whatever, for your business, it's going to be different, obviously. Everybody's got their own businesses here. But I've put in when we're going away, because we're going to Knysna, 11th, 12th, and 13th of April. Craig's got a wedding on the 28th of April, so I've put all of those in. Because I don't want to be launching when I know that we're away. I don't want to be distracted. I want to have that time off. I don't mind, like, you know, if I've got coaching calls maybe, or if I've got one group coaching call a week, something like that. Facebook Lives, I can do those, you know, if we're away for an extended period of time, but do allow yourself some breaks. You know, you don't have to be working all the time. So it's my husband's phone, and he's gone surfing. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions about all of this. It's pretty basic. I'm sure I didn't need to go through all of that in such detail, but it does help. Go and watch the video again. Go and watch the video again when you are ready to do it. Clear out a nice big table, coffee table or dining room table, and do it on there. And then one other thing I want to talk about is why I put this in the back here is my vision board. I actually did my vision board before I mapped all of this stuff out, but I wanted to get to that content first. But this here is my vision board. I'm going to bring it a little bit closer. Where it's kind of, okay, it's a little bit more fun. I think you guys may have seen my vision board before. But this is where you really get to dream and you get to have some fun with it. For the vision boarding process, just make sure that's not a 4. So for the vision boarding process, again, I really do enjoy doing something creative with your hands and like getting really nice magazines and tearing it out, and don't make it perfect. It doesn't all have to be cut and, you know, stuck on perfectly. Just let yourself just, you know, have some fun with it, and you know, get some travel magazines. I like Psychology's magazine. You know, some of the Women in Home magazines are quite nice nowadays. So where are they promoting, you know, like things that you want in your life? Some of the yoga magazines could be quite nice if that's what you're into. Get them all ready. Go and buy, like I've got this big pin board, also big sheets of the white paper. So I stick everything on to the white paper and then I pin it up onto the board. And that's where you kind of get to dream a little and kind of push the vision part of it. That's kind of the fun, vision, creative part of it. That's kind of the step 1 that I did. And then it's like, right, how are we going to actually make this happen? So once you've done that and you're like, I want more of yoga in my life, I want to eat more healthily, I want to teach more people, I want to do retreats, those are all on there. I want to travel more, I want, you know, a home by the ocean, that kind of thing. That's the big dream, that's the vision. And then it's like, okay, how do we bring that vision into something more structured and more planned out, where we're actually going to take that action to make it happen? And, you know, that can also help you to figure out, well, how much money do I need to live that sort of life? Like if I want to be able to take overseas holidays from South Africa, if I want to be doing yoga, if I want to eat healthily, and I don't want to have to be choosing food because it's buy one get one free or the cheapest kind of options, you know, you're gonna need to earn a certain amount of money, and you need to work out what that is for you. It's going to be different for everybody in different countries. In London, you're going to need to earn a lot more money to live a certain lifestyle, and that's all choices as well. So it's like, where do you want to be based, and what kind of life can you have in that location that you want to live in? And we've done that. We've moved locations a few times now. We're really happy where we are now, but yeah, so that I digress. Okay, so I think that's everything. Let me know if you have questions. Let's see. Just post your questions. I know there's a little bit of a delay, so I'm just looking on my laptop now to see if you have any questions about what I went over today. Yeah, and this goes for my coaching clients and all of you guys in here. I want you guys to do this, and then I want you to let me know when you've actually done it. If you're struggling with anything, you may find that you have a block around it and you don't want to start, so just make like the setting good. Like I actually did it on the weekend when I didn't have any other distractions around. So I did it on the weekend, play some nice music, light a candle, set the tone, and you know, even Sahara got involved. I didn't actually do it all at one point because she was at home, so I had her with her colouring in books here, and then she was like passing me all the highlighters and kind of helping me, and I had to try and ban her from writing on the actual plan, but if you're a mom, you'll know what I'm talking about. So you've got to go get them involved if they're at home at the same time, or just carve out a bit of time, but it's going to take about an hour or two to really sit down and do this. And once it's done, it's quite a relief. Like you have a bit more of a plan. We all know that life happens and curveballs will happen. Don't worry, just at least if we have a plan, don't make yourself wrong or right if you don't stick to it exactly, but at least it's down. At least you've got it out of your mind now, and you don't need to worry about it anymore. And then you can start to see what you need to execute, and maybe what team members you need to help you out to create certain elements of it, if you need some tech help or some design help or anything along those lines. So, all right, I hope you guys have a good week, and let me know if there's any other questions. Otherwise, if there are questions, what I'll do is I will come back. I'm always, you know, active in the group. I'll come and answer the questions here in the group afterwards. All right.